Alright, so, I figured since, even though this news is kind of a few weeks old, and hasn't been really officially confirmed, at least as of this recording, but I figured I'd talk about it because I thought it'd be interesting, and, I thought I'd talk about news I'm actually, interested about, rather than, the stuff we learned about, the fuck ton of news we learned about from, Justice League. So for those who don't know, Thor Ragnarok has talked, they've announced some new characters earlier, but now there's apparently, now that we know that Mark Ruffalo will be in the movie as the Hulk, it's kind of interesting because now we have some news that there will be elements of Planet Hulk in the film, which I was like, okay. First off, I was like, really? Do we really need to shoehorn Planet Hulk in a Thor movie? Come on. And I really did think about it, and I was like, And, yeah, for those who don't know, I really love Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk is one of my favorite Marvel stories, and probably one of my favorite comic book stories in general. It's Gladiator, it's Spartacus, but with Hulk. What more can you say about how good of an idea that is? So, with that being said, you have a very notable story, but I just don't like the idea of it being shoehorned. But then I thought about it a little more, and I was like, well, maybe they won't do the whole story. Maybe they'll just take plot elements of Planet Hulk and put it in the story. Because I thought about it, and for those who remember, Jeff Goldblum has been announced to play the Grandmaster, another one of the Elders of the Universe, similar to the Collector. Now, in that story, here's what I think is probably going to happen. Here's what I think, and this is just what I think, this is just my theory. This is just my theory, it's not, I'm not saying this is definite, I'm just saying this is just my personal theory. Here's what I think is really going to happen. I think what's going to happen is that Thor is going to be taken off-world by the Grandmaster and put in, these gladiator games for a short time, and it's there, in this arena, that he finds the Hulk. The Hulk's been there for almost a year now, just constantly being Grandmaster's champion. He's been Grandmaster's, Grandmaster took him off of Earth for his own personal games, and for months, Hulk has done nothing but constantly fight over and over again. It's left him in, this blood-crazed rage. So when he sees Thor, a guy who he thought was his friend, yeah, he ain't gonna be happy. So that's what I think is going to happen, is that's the only element of Planet Hulk we're going to see. I don't think, it could be possible that, Thor could go to Sakaar, the planet that Hulk was banished to. It could be a possibility that Thor could travel to Sakaar, and that's where he meets Hulk. But I think the more probable thing is that it's going to be Grandmaster who captured the Hulk after Age of Ultron, and for nearly 2.5 years, Hulk has done nothing but be his champion and fight over and over again. Now, yeah, that's probably the only element of Planet Hulk they'll take. Instead of, the Red King, it'll be Grandmaster. Now, the other thing is that could we see the rest of the Warbound? Probably not, which sucks because the Warbound is pretty much awesome, Those were some really cool supporting characters for the Hulk, Heroim, Korg, and, Meek, even though Meek kind of backstabbed him in the end, but still. I think there's, a lot of, LOA and all the other characters. Even the Broodling was another great character. All of those characters were really great. And, yeah, to see them, that's what I'm kind of really more disappointed of, is that we won't be able to see the whole Warbound and their connection to the Hulk. Maybe we will. Aside from the Brood sister, I can't remember her name, but the Brood sister, aside from her, really, you got the whole team. You can have Meek, LOA, Heroim, and Korg. You can have all of those characters in this movie, but at the same time, it's kind of like, what was I gonna say? They won't have enough character development to them, and yeah, that's kind of why everyone kind of wants a Planet Hulk movie more, so you can expand more on it. But again, who knows? Maybe we could go. Maybe Thor somehow ends up on Sakaar. And, Hulk's there, he finds Hulk there by accident, something like that. But what's probably going to happen is that Grandmaster, at some point in this movie, is going to take, either Grandmaster or Hela. It's probably going to be Hela or someone else, that during when Ragnarok starts, Hela transports Thor off of Asgard so she can move right in. And what happens is that she ends up in the Grandmaster, Thor ends up in the Grandmaster's arena, and boom, he's there, and he has to fight the Hulk to escape. So that's what I think is going to happen. Personally, that's what I think is going to happen. I don't mind that that's probably going to be the case. I just kind of wish, why not just do a Thor story and not shoehorn the whole, try to do a weird adaptation of Planet Hulk. Would I love to see a Planet Hulk movie? Yeah, absolutely. Planet Hulk is awesome. Like I said, it's one of my favorite, not just Hulk stories, but also one of my favorite stories in general. One of my favorite comic stories in general. It's such self-contained. It's a great character piece for Hulk more than it is Banner, granted. But we get to see how Hulk sees the world, and he lives in a place now where he's not treated as a monster, where he's not a pariah. He's seen as a savior, and it's a great story. Like I said, it's Spartacus if he was a giant gamma irradiated monster. That's the that's the best way you can really look at Planet Hulk, is Spartacus, but instead of a gladiator, well, it is a gladiator. It's Spartacus, but with the Hulk. That's Planet Hulk in a nutshell, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the other thing, could this be the story? Yeah, it could be that's what's going to happen, is that, yeah. But on the other hand, who knows, maybe Thor ends up on Sakaar, or Hulk has escaped Sakaar, or the Grandmaster, and now he's, boom, on Asgard. Who knows? This movie is still a year away. Yeah, I think it's a year or so away. So we've got a while until we learn more. We'll probably get more plot details at this Comic-Con. I would not be surprised if we didn't, but we'll more than likely get more plot details during this year's Comic-Con, which will be in a few short weeks. So I have no doubt that we'll have that. We'll probably also have a trailer or a teaser for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Which is just because it's just wrapped up. I'm pretty sure, a teaser of Marvel will give out some sort of teaser and probably make a few other big announcements. Bet on it, trust me. So yeah. Also, I want to make an apology real quick. When I did my last video regarding Thor Ragnarok, basically, what I said was the director of the film, I said that he directed Green Lantern. I completely spaced that he wasn't the director. I completely spaced on him being the director. He was not the director of the film. He's the director of this film. I thought it, because, I didn't think before I spoke. So, yeah, the director of Thor Ragnarok was not the director of Green Lantern. He just starred in it. And, yeah, I do apologize for that. That was a big oopsie on my end, but I'm only human. So I'm truly sorry for making that screw up. But yeah, I've looked back and seen the stuff he's directed, especially What We Do in the Shadows. Oh my god, that's a great vampire movie. And after seeing that and a few other of the director's film, I can't not pronounce his name. Sorry, but I am interested to see what he does with Thor Ragnarok. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the possibility of some elements of Planet Hulk in the story? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? And how do you think it's really going to play out? Do you think he'll be on Sakaar? Do you think he'll be a slave of Grandmaster? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.